I'm trying to have a dialogue with you. You're just blabbing your mouth.
Look in Genesis. Look in Genesis. You'll see
you don't know
that
the Bible, man. Go up the street.
Listen.
Go ahead. What do you have to say?
What's his point? What's your point?
No, I don't think
our
you're
point
his
is that the early fathers.
So tell me, what are you trying to? What is
that the
the message
Messiah
you're
What we're
from the
doing is
tribe
we're
of
sealing.
Dan.
We're trying to
They
get the elect
removed
seal
the
of the
12
nation
sons.
of Israel. This is the
They
true
put
nation of
Manasseh,
Israel.
which is not a direct
See this
son
confusion?
of Jacob.
We're trying to
They put in somebody
call
else.
out the elect of this nation, right? The true Israelites, according to the
Because
Bible,
even
are the so-called
the-
Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Remember, I told you the quote that Gamal Abdul Nassar said. He said that we will never accept you as Jews, and this was going back in the 50s. We'll never accept you as Jews in the land of Israel because they left black and came back white. That's a quote in Time magazine going back to the 50s. So they know that those people are not the true Israelites. The true Israelites have been brought to the Western Hemisphere and have been destroyed on this side of the earth based upon prophecy. Okay? So where are you from? Armenia? Armenia. Okay. I thought you were Latino. So the Latinos is what I'm trying to say. They're Israelites.
very good
I was dealing with I thought he was Latino. I was trying to make a point with that. But you know what I'm saying? The Israelites, basically, that are on this side of the earth, they're going to be delivered just like in the time of Egypt. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you that right now.
Because it is.
What do you mean delivered?
Because
Well, I'm going to show you a prophecy going back to Deuteronomy.
you know when they. Do you know something about the church?
My friend, if you want to teach, man, you could go with him over there for a minute so I just didn't disturb my camera, please. Because I'm trying to teach at the same time,
There's
3
a
people
camera
talking.
there.
Yes, I'm trying to record for you to edify the people. All right? So you can go over there with him if you want. All right? This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. All right? And it says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." So this is the curses that fell upon the Israelites because they didn't obey the laws of the Most High. Okay? And this is how you identify them today. All right?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which Bible
The KJV, which is the King James Version. It's the closest transliteration.
Here you go. You said
Closest
virgin.
is the old Bible? Or
Did you
the
not
new
just
Bible?
say virgin?
No,
yourself?
hold it.
You just said virgin.
It's old because he translated that in 1611. Okay, it was published in 1611. His translation when he was the king, authorized. I think it was like 60 different translators to translate it from the Hebrew into the common language, which was English at that time. Right? So that's what that wasn't a common language.
For King James, yeah, I'm sorry.
So then for the common people, not even King James, because the kings understood Hebrew. It was the common people that were trying to give us.
Because the Bible was written in Hebrew, and then translated to Latin, and then translated to English. And then there's like 4 different versions of the Bible, and they all say different stuff.
But that's the thing, right? He's talking about different versions. People
as
as
if
if
you said King James is virgin, right?
No, but this is a translation, man. That's what you're not getting. This is a translation. It's not a rewritten, right? He didn't change and make his own points. That's what. I just want to make a point for you, bro, to show you what I was talking about, right? Because
Anyway,
the
man, I got
Israelites.
informed. I got informed. Thank you very much.
All right, man. You take care, man.
Yeah, we'll go.
All right. This is verse 68, man. All right. It says. Oh, you have to leave.
Sorry, man.
All right, man. No problem, man.
I would like
Take
to
care,
hear
man.
you, but
All right,
it's
man.
interesting something.
No problem.
Ele
man.
mete a boca.
Let's make good.
All right. So I'm gonna make that point anyway for the camera.
I will.
All right.
Sorry.
And the Lord scattered them.
I will take a read from which Bible you're talking about.
The King James. King James Bible. It's the closest translation. It's the best. It's the best
Thank you.
one. All right.
I will.
Yeah, man. Okay, so this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." All right, so the Israelites were scattered amongst these different nations, man. All right, and they started to worship their other gods, and they started to lose their heritage, man. So the second deliverance is going to be for those Israelites. All right, the Israelites in this time who were scattered amongst all these different nations, and mainly brought to captivity on this side of the earth. Excuse me. And it says, "And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. All right, so that's what would happen to the Israelites. That would be one of the curses, man. That's what happened to you so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans when you were scattered, right, in slavery. All right, you had no assurance of your life. You were powerless, basically. Okay. In the morning thou shalt say with the Most High it were even, and at even thou shalt say with the Most High it were morning. For the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. All right, so by the way whereof he spake unto us was the land of Israel. We haven't seen that again, man. Okay, we were taken out of that land, and we haven't been back there as a people. All right. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. That's going back to what? The slave trade, man. All right? And that's what I was trying to explain to him, man, that the Israelites, they have certain prophecies that only fit them, that's going to only apply to them, you know? But it's hard to bring out your point when you have like 5 people talking at once, man, you know? But that was the point I was trying to relate to them, all right? And the fact that the Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? You know, these people, they like to shoot their little drive-by knowledge and go up the street. They don't want to stay and really discord in the scriptures and do it, you know, in decency and in order, man. All right? They want to shoot they want to say what they have to say and then go up the street. You know what I'm saying? They don't want their belief to be challenged. You know, like he was saying that it's been changed and all this. He has no proof on that, right? He's just heard somebody said that, and he repeated that, man. Okay? He has no proof on that. There's no part of the scriptures that has been changed and altered, man. What they've done was they took out the Apocrypha and put that aside, okay? And the reason they did that is because it had too much information on who the Edomites are, man. They'll find out that the Edomites are the ones that are ruling today, man, which are these so-called white people, man. They're Edomites according to the Bible, all right? When it goes into the Alexander the Greek, all right? It goes into all those, even it goes into Haman, man. Shows you that he was an Amalekite, man. That's too much information, okay? Because then once you put the pieces to the puzzle together, it's easy to see who the Edomites are and what's going to happen to them, man. All right? Let me get Isaiah 11 and 11. All right? I just got to make the scriptures talk more, but this guy's ain't trying to hear the scriptures a lot of the time. This is Isaiah 11 and 11. And it reads, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. Right? So all the Israelites are going to be gathered from those parts of the earth. All right? Going back to the ancient times, we were delivered from Egypt as a nation. But now we're going to be delivered from these different parts where we were scattered, okay, and brought together, okay? Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the 4 corners of the earth. All right, so that's what he's going to gather the Israelites from the 4 corners of the earth. All right, it's saying those different nations, but it's really talking about the Israelites among those different nations, okay? That were scattered amongst those different nations. He's going to gather them, all right, and deliver them like he delivered them out of Egypt. He's not coming to deliver any other nation out of Egypt. He's not coming to deliver the Moabites out of Egypt, the Hamites out of Egypt. He's coming to deliver the Israelites out of Egypt, out of all those different places, man, okay? And the thing that I would want to get out is the fact that the Israelites are about to be put back into power, man, after these Edomites are brought down. All right? Because it's easy to prove that these Edomites are these so-called white people. It's very easy to prove that based upon even secular history, man. All right? And when you tie it with the Bible, it lines up, man. It makes perfect sense. So let me get 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 7. 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Alright? 2nd Ezra 6 verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times?
After
Or
night.
when shall be the... What happened? What's the problem?
After night.
What are you
After
talking about?
night.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Alright? Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followed? All right. And he said unto me, from Abraham, bro, just relax, man, relax. All right. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. All right, so Esau is the end of the world. All right, which means the end of this wicked kingdom, and Jacob is the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. So that's it. So that proves that Esau would be ruling in the last days, man. Okay, that proves to you that, man. All right. So these guys trying to say that Esau's done away with. Then what about this scripture? Okay, it clearly says that Esau will be only done, that will be there until the end. He will be ruling until the end. And then the Most High will take him out of power and put us in power, the Israelites. All right? So that proves that the so-called white man is the Edomites, man. All right?